One sunny afternoon in Central Park, New York City, Vince McMahon, the larger-than-life CEO of WWE, was strutting through the paths like he owned the place. Dressed in a sharp suit and power-walking with that signature swagger, he was barking orders into his phone about the next WrestleMania. Make it bigger, make it bolder. We need explosions and pyrotechnics that could light up the moon, he bellowed, scaring off a flock of pigeons. Meanwhile, Pee Wee Herman, the eccentric man-child in his gray suit and red bow tie, was pedaling his oversized red bicycle around the park, giggling to himself. He had just finished a puppet show for some kids by the fountain, complete with his famous, "I know you are, but what am I?" routine. Spotting a hot dog vendor, Pee Wee swerved wildly, nearly crashing into a bench, but instead he veered straight into Vince's path. "Whoa there, pal! Watch where you're going!" Vince roared, grabbing the handlebars to steady the bike. Pee Wee tumbled off dramatically, landing in a heap with his legs comically akimbo. "I'm Pee Wee Herman, and you're that wrestling guy, Vince McMahon, ha-ha! You look like you could body slam a cloud," Pee Wee exclaimed. Popping back up like a jack-in-the-box, Vince, never one to back down from a spectacle, sized him up and chuckled. "Kid, in my world, we'd turn this into a main event. Pee Wee versus the chairman, but hey, you got spunk. What's a guy like you doing crashing into legends?" They hit it off instantly, Vince admiring Pee Wee's unbridled energy, and Pee Wee fascinated by Vince's tales of suplexes and steel chairs. As they chatted on a nearby bench, a colorful cotton candy cart rolled by, its fluffy pink and blue clouds swirling like sugary tornadoes. "Ooh, cotton candy, my favorite. It's like eating a cloud that's been tickled by fairies," Pee Wee squealed, dragging Vince over. Vince, ever the showman, bought 2 massive sticks, one for each of them. "Go big or go home, that's what I always say," he declared, tearing into his like it was a championship belt. Pee Wee nibbled at first, then devoured his in big, messy bites, pink sugar sticking to his bow tie. Before long, the sugar rush hit them like a pile driver. Vince's eyes widened, his veins pumping with hyper energy. "I feel invincible! Like I could wrestle a bear. No, 10 bears." He jumped up, flexing his muscles and shadowboxing the air, yelling wrestling promos at passers-by. "You're going down, you cotton candy fiend." Pee Wee, meanwhile, was bouncing around like a human pinball, laughing maniacally. "Wee! Everything's spinning! Let's ride the carousel, but make it go backwards! Ha 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 ha!" He grabbed Vince's arm, and the two started an impromptu tag-team dance, spinning in circles and high-fiving random joggers. Their sugar-fueled antics drew a crowd. Vince body slamming an imaginary opponent onto the grass, Pee Wee pretending to be his hype man with silly sound effects. "Boom! Pow! Take that, boredom!" But as the high peaked, they collapsed onto the bench in a fit of giggles, cotton candy remnants everywhere. From that day on, Vince and Pee Wee became unlikely pals, occasionally meeting up for extreme sugar adventures. And legend has it, that's how WWE got its first Cotton Candy Championship match. Pure chaos, pure fun. The end.